Hello everyone and welcome back to my F1 2021 career mode, and as you can see we've got to renew some of our sponsors, and no doubt Carmi J is going to turn up, and oh god, here she is. So you twat, almost the end of the season, so are you going to get me a decent teammate next year or stick with this useless kid? Oh god, I'm not quite sure, Carmi, yet not quite sure. I haven't looked at the budget. Oh, here's the Swartzman gonna tell my mum, you evil little witch, you can't drive for shit. Oh dear, I think Mr. Swartzman's growing a pair of balls. Well done, sir. Well done indeed. Anyway, let's go and renew those sponsorships, shall we? As you can see, we've been given 500 points from the Research and Development Department because we had a little bit of a failure with our ERS in the last round of the championship. Yes, a little bit of a failure, so it's given us some more points to see if we can sort out the problem. Well done, lads. Well done indeed. So as you can see, in the vehicle performance comparison chart, we are third from the bottom still in our Hookster Racing Virgin car, and still just not getting up there. We just can't get up there. Anyway, let's move on now to the next Grand Prix. It's time for Brazil. Fantastic. So out for our first qualifying run for Carmi Jordan. Oh my goodness, she's got her teammate, the Sportsman, directly ahead of her. Is he going to try and hold her up? And oh my goodness, I think he is. Oh, he's definitely growing a pair of balls. Look at him, look at him. Oh no, this is outrageous. He is slowing Carmen Jordan down. Oh, she's got a response now. Get this kid out of my way. She says, get this kid out of my way. This is not good for Carmen Jordan's lap time. And look at this, he's blocking all over the place. Blocking Carmen Jordan. She can't get past him, which means she's going to put in a very, very slow lap, unfortunately. Fernando Alonso is pulling a fast lap at the moment. The Sportsman's currently in 21st position. Let's have a look and see where Carmen's going to end up as she's about to cross the line after her first qualifying run. I don't think it's going to be very good. Stuck behind Sportsman. And oh, it's second place though, and only 1 second behind Alonso. Wowzers, me trousers. Fantastic, as Lando Norris puts in a faster lap. Anyway, a little bit later into qualifying, you can see that Carmen Jordan's down to 20th position now, behind Mick Schumacher and behind her teammate, the Swartzman. Now let's see if she can improve on her time if she crosses the line, and yes she does. Look at that, blast straight into 15th position. Wowzers, me trousers. We've still 10 minutes left of qualifying, as you can see. And so we get a warning for corner cutting once again for Carmi J, but it's okay. She's going to continue on. And oh no, she has a failure with her DRS flap. It's failed, so she's got to come into the pits because it's stuck open. Anyway, a little bit later to qualifying, you can see still in 15th position. She crosses the line. That's the end of qualifying. And it looks like it could be 15th for the race at Brazil, or maybe even lower. We will find out any second now. So Lewis Hamilton got pole position. And Carmen Jordan ended up in 15th place, the Sportsman in 20th position. Okay then, let's do this.
Formula One returns to Sao Paulo once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Brazilian Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his third championship here in 2012, and in 2016, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here at Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. Two very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junsao into one of the two DRS zones will be the key to any overtaking prospects today. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Norris, Carlos Sainz and Ricciardo, Leclerc, Verstappen, Tsunoda and Sebastian Vettel, Stroll, Cox, George Russell and Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Mick Schumacher, Pierre Gasly, they've taken a grid penalty, and Fernando Alonso. Ocon, Schwartzman, Mazepin, and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
So here we go at Brazil as the 5 lights go out for the F1 2021 season, and it's time to say go 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 for Carmen J, and she's away from 12th position because the other car's got penalties, of course. Sebastian Vettel directly in front of us. We go to turn 1. She's going to do one of her customary dive bombs. I think she is, yes, on Vettel, and a few more cars. Oh, a little bit of contact there, a little bit of squeezing from Carmen Jordan, but she gets through at the moment up into 7th position. Wowzers, great start there from Carmen Jordan, up into 7th place ahead of Charles Leclerc, and chasing Carlos Sainz and of course the sister Ferrari car as it's 3 wide going into the next turn. You can see Perez is battling with Daniel Ricciardo. Sainz is in there in the mix as well, and Carmen Jordan is like a rampant alligator right up the Jack Jones of Carlos Sainz, trying to sneak down the inside as you get through. Yes, she does. Wow, superb move there from Carmen J, up into 6th position now and chasing the honey badger himself in the McLaren, Daniel Ricciardo, who's currently in 5th place, and he's chasing of course Sergio Perez and of course the different livery Red Bull for this round of the championship at Brazil. Wowzers, I cannot contain my excitement. We're about to complete lap 1 of this Grand Prix. Yes, it's an 18 lap Grand Prix at the gorgeous Brazilian circuit. You can see the sun is just shining very, very strongly now, very, very strongly indeed, and Carmen Jordan is in a good points paying position, as you can see, as we just go down the start and finish line now. And it's Charles Leclerc, I do apologise, trying to get past Carmen J, but she manages to hold on to it as we go into lap 2 now. Yes, lap 2, and we got cars all over the place trying to get past Carmen Jordan. This is going to be a little bit of a cluster. The Ferrari tries to go around the outside of Carmen Jordan, but she manages superbly to hold on at the moment to this 6th position. Still chasing Ricciardo, but he seems to be getting a little bit of ground on her at the moment as we accelerate forward now to lap 3. Yes, lap 3, still holding on to 6th place at the moment for Carmen J. Leclerc though is still right up her gearbox. As you can see, she's doing a little bit of a blocky move there to try and hold off Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari car, and she still holds on to this 6th place on lap 4 now. And there you can see that Charles Leclerc's trying to go around the outside, but he loses a little bit of the ground there to the car behind. That's the Maxi boy Verstappen. So he goes past Charles Leclerc, and now he's going to be the car behind Carmen Jordan. But can she hold on to this 6th position? It looks like it could be 6th for the end of the Grand Prix as we accelerate forward to lap 7. Yes, still in 6th place for Carmen J. Sergio Perez is now in 5th position. Charles Leclerc is now the car behind. He's got past Maxi boy Verstappen. And of course the Red Bull, and Carmen Jordan just holding on now, just holding on to the positions. We accelerate forward now, still on lap 7. Oh my goodness, we have Maxi boy Verstappen trying to get past, a little bit of contact there with Carmen Jordan, but oh no, he's still there on the outside, but Carmen manages to hold the line and hold on still at this 6th position, as now Maxi boy is now once again dropped behind. Well, he had, but now he's gained the position back again, so he's still behind Carmen Jordan. We accelerate forward to lap 10. Yes, still in now 4th position. Yes, 4th position now for Carmen Jordan, and let's see if she's going to come in for a pit stop. Yes, she is. She comes in on lap 10 to make her stop. She's going to lose quite a few positions now, but she was in 5th place at one point, so that's well done to Carmen Jordan. Well done indeed. Anyway, her team are right at the end of course, in of course the My Team career mode. So we shouldn't get held up as we come in for our pit stop. Thank you lads. Changing on to the harder tyre, the yellow sidewall tyre. As you can see, it's a great stop once again from our team mechanics. Well, I say great, it's 3.1 seconds, so it's just outside of the magic 2-second barrier, but still a great result at the moment. As we're going to rejoin now for Carmen Jordan in 13th place, and she's 2 positions behind her teammate, the Schwartzman, but hopefully he hasn't come in for his pit stop yet, and she rejoins now in 13th place. As we accelerate forward now to lap 11, yes, still holding on to 13th at the moment, but cars are coming in for their pit stops now, as you can see on the mini-map. So we are going to gain quite a few positions. We've got a Ferrari just coming out of the pit, as you can see. But she's up into 9th place now. But she's behind Charles Leclerc. I think he's got the jump on her in the pit stops. Yes, he has. There's Charles Leclerc just coming out of the pits now. So Carmen Jordan has got to see if she can catch up to the back of Charles Leclerc in the very, very early stages. He's actually on the harder tyre. Yes, he's on the harder tyre. So this is a little bit of an advantage here for Carmen Jordan if she can catch up to Leclerc and get past him, because of course it's on the harder tyre, not as much grip as on these mediums for Carmen Jordan, so it should be pretty easy to just sidle up to the back of Charles Leclerc and get past and take this 8th position. So let's see if she can do just that. We've got Vettel behind Jordan at the moment in 10th position. And of course the Aston Martin, and Stroll is just behind Vettel. But she's inching closer now to the back end of Charles Leclerc, as you can see. As we're about to go down the start and finish, this should be the opportunity now for Carmen Jordan to try and get past Charles Leclerc. I think she's just outside the DRS range though at the moment. I'm not quite sure. She may be just in the 1 second barrier. Yes, she is. So there you go. She's got DRS now on Charles Leclerc as we storm down the start of the finish line into turn 1 now. And more cars have come in for their pit stop. So she's gained a few more positions up into 7th place now. Still chasing Charles Leclerc as she goes a little bit wide on the exit there. But let's see if she can now pile on the power, and of course the DRS, and see if she can sidle down the inside of Charles Leclerc and brake very, very late. Yes, she does. Look at that. Beautiful move. Oh, I say beautiful. A little bit of contact there with Charles Leclerc, but she gets through up into 6th position now on lap 13 as we accelerate forward now to lap 14. Still holding on to this 6th place, which is what she pretty much had from the start of this Grand Prix. So it's looking really good for Carmen Jordan at the moment. And some really good World Championship points, as you can see. Daniel Ricciardo, the Honey Badger, still ahead though in 5th position in that McLaren, and he's 15 seconds up the road. So we accelerate forward now to lap 18. It's the last lap of the Grand Prix, and it looks like Carmen Jordan is going to bring home the bacon. Yes, we're going to get some really impressive World Championship points. 6th position for Carmi J. Lando Norris has won the race in the McLaren. Well, that was unexpected, but yes, he has won the race, and Carmen Jordan is going to cross the line because Yuki Tsunoda, the car behind, is 2.5 seconds behind Carmen Jordan, which means she's going to cross the line in 6th position and get some well-earned World Championship points. It's been quite a while before Carmen's had some World Championship points, but now she's going to do it. And more importantly than that, she's going to beat, of course, the sportsman as the checkered flag comes out and she crosses the line. Well done, Carmi. Well done indeed. So there you go then. 6th position for Carmen Jordan at Brazil. And she gets driver of the day as well. Well, that's not going to please the sportsman, is it? No, definitely not. Anyway, there is Zach Brown. Zach Brown, that's the bloke. That's the bloke I was thinking of. Yes, look at him. Look at him. From McLaren. Have they just been brought out by someone else? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, Lando Norris won the race in the McLaren car. Well done, Lando. All the Lando fangirls will be going, woo, woo, Lando. Woo, woo, Lando. Yes. I don't know a thing about Formula 1. Not a bloody sausage, you know, but, you know, they just follow Lando because they're blind. Absolutely blind. Anyway, let's go to the podium. There he is, Lando Norris on the top step. Valtteri Bottas in 2nd place. And little Lulu finished in 3rd position in the Mercedes car. As Lando holds up the trophy and points to it as if to say, look, there it is. It's a trophy. And I've bloody well won it. Well done, lads. Champagne goes over everyone once again. Fantastic result there. Fantastic indeed. So let's have a look at the point scores then. After this round, of course, more points for Carmi J. 6th position, Lando Norris, of course, won the race, which is very interesting. And the sportsman only finished in 17th position. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's go to the standings then after this round, and Carmen Jordan has now skyrocketed into 12th position with 27 World Championship points. Valtteri Bottas still in the lead with 52-point advantage over Lewis Hamilton as we go into the next round of the championship, and we're 7th in the Constructors. So, as you can see from the vehicle performance comparison chart, we are still well down, and we've got to go to an event at the marketing department now. It's just so difficult trying to manage a team. It really is. I just thought it would be so much easier than it is, and it's just not easy at all. It's very, very difficult. Anyway, we have skyrocketed above Alfa Romeo. Fantastic. So it's time now for us to change the livery of the car, because yes, when we recorded this episode, it was actually on Halloween night. Woo, scary. So we have picked a special one-off Halloween inspired theme for our car. So here we are on Halloween night in Australia. Ooh, scary. Let's have a look and see what time Carmen Jordan can put in as she crosses the line at the moment for her first qualifying run. And it's going to be 4th position, but 2.8 seconds behind the leader. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, a little bit later qualifying, you can see that, oh dear. Business has been resumed as always. Last place for Carmi J, unfortunately. The Schwartzman is in 18th position at the moment. Can she improve on her time? Well, she's sort of 3/4 of a second up at the moment as we're about to come around the last corner here. So hopefully she might get out of the last position blues. Let's have a look as she crosses the line. Is she going to? And no, She doesn't. She hasn't even beaten Nikita Marzi spin. Anyway, that's it. Qualifying is pretty much over at the moment. No, time is down, so she's not going to improve on that. But qualifying, unfortunately, is over. So it looks like last place for Carmi J. I don't believe it. For cock's sake. Anyway, she tried her best, the poor little lamb. She tried her best at Australia, which isn't even on the calendar for real, but there you go. So, last place for Carmi J, 18th for the Schwartzman. Okay then, let's do this.
Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne for what no doubt will be an intense day of racing. So here we are at the Albert Park circuit, 3.3 miles around the lake, with the street track making for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 16 corners here, with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Sergio Perez, and Sainz, Gasly, Vettel, Tsunoda, and Lance Stroll, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon, and Raikkonen, Russell, Giovinazzi, Robert Schwartzman, and Nicholas Latifi. Cox, Mick Schumacher. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Mazepin and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
So it's a last to first challenge for Carmen Jorda at Australia as it's time for the 5 lights to go out now. In fact, she started for 19th place because of penalties, so we say go, go, go. And it's away she goes. Great start off the line from Carmen Jorda. There is her teammate, Schwartzman. There he is off to the left-hand side. Look, he's ducking and diving all over the place, but she dives and you sort of, what the hell is that Williams doing? That's Latifi, and he's off. I don't believe it. He just came out of nowhere like a kamikaze pilot from old, and he just took out half the field, I think. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, 15th position at the moment for Carmen Jorda. Of course, don't forget, in our special Halloween-inspired livery, yes, for this race at Australia. She's now behind George Russell and, of course, the sister Williams. I don't know what happened to Latifi, but he definitely spun around there at the start. And Jorda still holds the 15th place. And the Schwartzman is behind Jorda in 16th position and 4.5 seconds behind now. Fantastic. Fantastic indeed for Carmi J. She's now trying to see if she can sneak down the inside of George Russell. Does she? Yes, all very clean move there. Oh, a little bit wide on the exit for Carmi J. But yes, very clean move up now to 14th position for Carmen Jorda. Still on the first lap, of course, don't forget, at the Australian circuit, which hopefully will be returning in 2022. Yes, we hope so. We hope so. Yes, we want to see it back, don't we, Australia? Because it's traditional to be on the calendar. Yes, but unfortunately, due to current situations, it's been off for a few years now. But it will be back, everyone. It will be back. Don't worry. And there's a slight little revision on it, which hasn't been done at Codemasters HQ. No, it's just all the old circuit. But yes, it's got a slightly faster section now, which is great news. Great news for Australia. Anyway, we come round the final corner now, complete the first lap as Valtteri Bottas puts in the fastest lap, and we're still in 14th place at the moment and chasing Kimi Raikkonen at the moment. We accelerate forward now to lap 3. Yes, still in 14th for Jorda. Unfortunately, Russell's still behind in the Williams. Raikkonen's still ahead, almost 2 seconds ahead now. And of course, that's Alpha Tauri. No, the Alfa Romeo car. That's the one I was trying to think of as we accelerate forward to lap 5. Still holding on to 14th place for Carmen Jorda. Russell now sort of half a second behind, but he's gaining the sort of twisty bits and sort of losing out during the straight, which must be something to do with the horsepower of that Williams car, of course, as we accelerate forward now to lap 7. Yes, not really a lot has happened, apart from the fact that the Schwartzman is now directly behind Carmen Jorda, as you can see, but now she's going to come in for her one and only pit stop. So she's going to lose quite a few positions as the sportsman goes past. So luckily he's not going to have to rack and stack like usually happens. So in Carmen comes 18th, now 19th with Carmen Jordan. Hasn't even made her pit stop yet, and she's losing places hand over fist. Changes over from the soft tyre onto the harder tyre. Oh, lots of smoke coming from the back of Carmen Jordan's car, and she rejoins now in 19th place at the moment. Yes, 19th position. I don't think... Oh, Lewis Hamilton. Was that Lewis Hamilton's out of the race? Fantastic. I mean, bloody hell, that's disastrous. Absolutely disastrous for the championship. But yes, Lewis Hamilton is out. So Carmen Jordan's already gained one position from that, up into 18th place. More cars have now come into the pits. So what is the position going to be when she goes past? Well, there's a car just coming out of the pits. I think that was George Russell. Yes, it is. It's George Russell. He's jumped her coming out of the pits, so she's lost a place. And she's down now to 15th position. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't think she's got any points coming in this race as we accelerate forward to lap 9. Lap 9. Here is Carmen Jordan once again in 15th place. A couple more cars have come in, I think, or maybe just one car, and she's up now to 14th position, but still chasing hard on George Russell in that Williams car. As we accelerate forward out to lap 10. Yes, not a lot has happened unfortunately, but Vettel now comes in for his pit stop, so she gains one position up into 13th place. But yes, I don't think she's going to get into the points because there's only sort of 4 laps to go in the Grand Prix. So yes, unfortunately no points again for Carmen Jordan in this race at Australia. As we accelerate forward out to lap 12. Still holds the 13th for Jordan. As you can see, Russell is away and gone now, 5 seconds, and Ricciardo is directly behind her and chasing hard, trying to get past Carmen Jordan. As we accelerate forward now to lap 15. It's the last lap of the race, and Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes car has won the race, and it looks like Carmen Jordan, unfortunately, it's unlucky for some and it's unlucky for Jordan because she's only going to finish in 13th position in the race. She's going to hold off Esteban Ocon. He's looking very, very racy behind, as you can see, on the very, very final stages of this Grand Prix. But I think she's got the measure of Esteban Ocon. Just a few more calls to go, and she's going to cross the line in 13th place. We're about to look at all the cars swarming all over the back of Carmen Jordan. We've got one of the Huscars, I do believe, in the mix there as well. That may be Mick Schumacher, I'm not quite sure. It certainly couldn't be Nikita Marzipan because, of course, Carmen Jordan's in 13th place. Yes, and Marzipan is probably about 4 laps behind by now. Anyway, we come round the final corner, as you can see, and Carmen Jordan is going to cross the line in 13th place. There you go. So, unfortunately, pretty disappointing. But not a lot she could have done with that. That's the performance of the car, with just a few exceptions where you can get a little bit of traction in some of the other tracks. Unfortunately, about 13th place is about as good as the car is at the moment. As once again, Lando Norris gets driver of the day, and Valtteri Bottas has done it. He's won the World Championship. Wowzers. Congratulations to Valtteri. Yes, he's off to another team now. Yes, off to another team. Yes, it's a back marker, so no more championships for Valtteri. And there's Toto Wolff, the Terminator. Is your name Sarah Connor? No, it's Kevin. Will you please stop saying that now? Please, just stop it now. Okay. Let's move on then. Let's move on. There is Valtteri Bottas, the race winner. Well done, Valtteri. Well done indeed. Congratulating himself like they always do. There's the team mechanics, and there is Benjamin Daly, otherwise known as Tiamat Marduk, once again subbing duties at Mercedes. There's Valtteri on the top step. Well done, Valtteri, and both the Red Bulls are there as well as he holds up the trophy high. Well done indeed. It's time for the champagne to go over everyone once again. So there we go. Let's have a look at the points after that round. Of course, no points for Carmen Jordan. She finished in 13th place. Schwartzman finished in 18th position, and Lewis Hamilton did not finish the race. So that was possibly the reason why he lost the championship. Oh dear. So now it's time for the last round of the season. We've just got some finishing up duties to do, and it's time to go to the Yas Marina circuit. Yes, for the final race. Yes, the final race of 2021. Let's do this. So, qualifying time for Carmen Jorda. Let's see what time she can put in. A little bit up on her deltas at the moment, and she's about to cross the line, and it's going to be 10th position, 1.2 seconds behind the leader at the moment. Anyway, little bit later into quali, you can. Oh God, no, she's down to last again, lads, and qualifying is now over. So it looks like it's going to be last again for Carmen Jorda. I don't know what she's complaining about getting rid of these drivers for, because she's doing atrociously at the moment. So there you go, last place for Carmi J, and the Schwartzman has beaten her once again. 18th position for the Schwartzman. I cannot believe it.
It's time then for one final race in this year's Formula One World Championship. 2010 saw 4 drivers in contention for the title coming into this race, with Sebastian Vettel prevailing to become the youngest world champion to date. Is there one last sting of the tail awaiting us today? Well, it's time to find out. Here comes the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The drivers will be racing here at the Yas Marina circuit through 21 corners and a lap distance of just over 3.4 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass, with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 8 and turn 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed, and I hope plenty of drama to be found in the laps ahead. With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Sergio Perez and Ricciardo, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda, Vettel, Ocon, Lance Stroll and Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Russell, Robert Schwartzman and Carlos Sainz, Mick Schumacher, Latifi, Mazepin and Cox. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
So here we go then, the 5 lights go out. It's time for the final round of the championship. So there you go then. Carmen Jorda crosses the line and completes the first season of the F1 2021 Championship and gets driver of the day as well. Fantastic, Carmi. Fantastic indeed. So that's it for the first season. There's Christian Horner with that very, very dodgy hairdo. Very dodgy hairdo indeed. Well done, Christian. And there is the race winner, Maxi Boy Verstappen. Well done to Maxi. He's won the race and there's his team mechanics. Well done to them. Well done to them indeed. So on to the podium we go now as we look at the gorgeous backdrop of the Abu Dhabi circuit. Yes, it looks gorgeous with all those floodlights using so much electricity. So much electricity. Come on, think of the planet, lads. Think of the planet. So there you go then. Up to the stop step is Maxi Boy, holding his trophy up higher. Well done to him. Well done indeed. There's Lulu as well, spraying the champagne over everyone. Fantastic. So there you go then. Let's go to the final points after the end of this season and see where everyone ended up. So there you go. First for Maxi Boy, 11th for Carmen Jorda, just outside the points unfortunately, 21st for the Sportsman. So in the final standings then, Valtteri Bottas won the championship with 361 points, 72 up on Lewis Hamilton. Carmen Jorda finished in a quite respectable 12th position with 27 World Championship points. Yes, 27. Well done, Carmi. Well done indeed. Well, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always. And yes, of course, as always, there will of course be more later for Season 2 of the F1 2021 career.